And here we go, y'all. We live tonight. Let me see. I think I got my guest in here. So there we go. What's up, Coach? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear, my brother. Loud and clear.
Right, all right.
Yes, sir. I had a couple of issues, man. These two different platforms I use be messing me up sometime.
Okay, okay.
And
We got it together though.
that's right. That's right, man. So I was just introducing introducing you, man, and everything to the More Than the Coach podcast crowd. But I'm gonna go back and give a quick brief again on it because I want to make sure I don't miss nothing and make sure everybody and you get your just due as the head coach, man. But
Appreciate it.
something I didn't know until later, but you attended Carleton High School. From there, you went and played basketball at Oakland University, where you received an engineering degree. You worked numerous jobs where you was fortunate to experience leadership roles. Then you started coaching and volunteering with the Tri-City Heat. Um, when you first got into coaching, then you moved to Arthur Hill and started working with the boys basketball programs. That's when I first met you. And now you're currently teaching eighth grade math, right?
Yes, sir.
At White Pine Middle School. And as well, everyone, he's the head coach of the Heritage High School basketball program. So once again, I welcome you, my brother.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. So, man, I know I just said a little bit about you from your brief bio and everything, but is there anything else that you would like the listeners to know about yourself, Coach?
Um, no, that's about it, man. Yeah, I've had an interesting journey through life so far, man. It's been such a blessing, man. I'm enjoying this roller coaster ride.
Exactly, man. So, how do you like coaching high school ball, man? I know you coming from being a college player, man, to joining and coaching high school, man. How do you like coaching high school ball?
Oh man, it's been a blessing, man. I really enjoy it. To watch these young men um, put in the time and effort and to get some results out of it. It's good to see that on the court and of course the off the court to see them mature and grow as responsible young men. That's a real pleasure.
Exactly. That's all right there, Coach, man. Oh, that's cool, man. I know you guys, man. You've been working hard, turning around program, man, getting Heritage High School off the ground. Earlier when I was talking out, everybody used to hearing the Saginaw Highs, the Arthur Hills, but Heritage always been around. But since you done came, man, you done put a dent out there, and everybody's starting to recognize what Heritage is about, man. So how do you feel with the turnaround you guys had this year, man?
Again, I cannot take credit for that. I came into some great talent, man. Great group of kids who again showed that they had the work ethic. They believed in themselves. They believed in me. I got a fantastic coaching staff.
Yeah,
They bring a lot to the table, and just the support from the parents. So it's been a lot of ingredients to making this happen.
exactly. Well, I got to see you guys play a couple times in our off days and everything, man. And I must say, man, that from freshman all the way up to the JV and varsity, man, I was impressed, with the kids, the talent. There's a bunch of hidden gems over there, I tell you that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So you're doing a good job, man. Continue to do that too with those kids, man.
I appreciate it. I
Yes, sir.
appreciate it.
So one of the things I ask a lot of people like when I talk to coaches is expectations. What's your expectations like right now in the off season, heading into the new season coming up?
Um, I like to with myself and my team to reflect on the previous season, and we had a fantastic season.
Yes,
Um, and looking at what we have that's coming back, we think that we can do better. So the expectation is whatever our record was last year, we need to come back a better player than we were the previous year because we don't want that same result.
That's true.
So, and that's not just on the players, that's on me as a coach as well. I need to become a better coach so that I can help us get to the next level, just like I need them to put in the work and effort to become better individually to help us as a collective.
Yeah, that's true, man. I respect that big time, man. And I was just preaching to some of mine today. Y'all got to work, and you got to want to work. You
Hmm.
know, one of the biggest things I could tell, I was just down in Detroit a week ago doing some refereeing, and the mentality, I see a big shift when it comes to the kids that way compared to our kids here.
Hmm.
We used to have that like that, and I don't see it, like I was seeing down there. And I was just trying to like talk to kids and push them a little bit. Had kids in the gym working, and I get frustrated at times when you get kids. Hey, I got the keys. Come on, anytime you want, let's get it. And you gotta like, you know, basically call mom and dad to make them come to the gym nowadays. Do you kind of
Hmm.
have those situations over that way, or how is it with your?
Um,
Do they want to get?
yeah, I definitely feel it's a little different. I can understand that frustration because I go through it too. Because when we can only reflect back on how our personal experience. So like for me, when I look at that, we didn't have gyms to go to.
That?
We had the YMCA. That was a great one, but for the most part, we were outside at a
Mhm.
park or at somebody's house. So if someone said the gym was open, everybody was there.
Yeah.
Um, and so now it's kind of like the reverse. Like this generation, and it's a good thing they have access to gyms. And
Mhm.
so you don't see them a lot in the gym, but you don't see them outside a lot.
Nah.
So you wonder what's happening, what are they doing to improve on their skills.
Yeah. And that's something too, because I mean that is one of the frustrating things. Just talking to coaches from the west side of the state and out in Detroit a little bit, they just like they had a problem where they got to find gyms for a lot of the kids.
Mm.
So it's like a role reversal. I know we ain't giving up though, man. I know, and that kind of play into kind of like my next question. How do you deal with the young men that's dealing with a lot of the mental health, that we've been dealing with as coaches the past few years, with the up and down, with the emotions and things like that. How do you handle your guys, man? I always look for pointers in different ways. I even help myself with my guys.
um, Man, you gotta really like your podcast say, you gotta be really more than a coach.
Yeah.
Because you have to get to know them personally and know that this what we're doing is bigger than basketball. So it's okay if sometimes that their head is not in it or they're not fully there in the gym. Is definitely on our radars now to be mindful of those things. But yeah, how I handle this is just try to have that open dialogue with the young man. Let them know, hey, is it is it something that's basketball related?
Hmm.
And if it is, how can I help? If it's not, how can I help? Do you need to go talk to somebody? So just having that open dialogue and being compassionate to somebody else's need.
Yeah. That's
Yep.
real. That's real, man. Because it just that's one of them battles. I just had a conversation with one of mine, man. He got a chance to go play D2 football. He's my
Okay.
basketball guy, but he going to play D2 football. But he dealing with a lot of grown man issues right now.
Mhm. Mhm.
Just try to sit him down and talk to him a little bit, man. And one, it's kind of like pushing him to be a grown man at an early age. But like I told him, you got yourself in this situation. Now you got to go ahead and make it happen. But I
Mhm.
don't know. It's just, it's hard as a coach sometimes, man. It's hard to sit there and push these guys to that next level because, we cared so much about them. We don't want to see them fail. But,
Right.
but at the same time, man, it's like I told him, I got to be like a pops and let you bump your head.
Mhm.
And he was like,
Oh
but
yeah.
I don't want you to let go. I got to let go, man. You finna go to this real world.
Mhm. Yep.
So,
Yep. Just let them
coaches,
know you. Just let them know that hey, can't walk with you every step of the way, but If you
Mm,
fall, I can be that net to catch you, man.
that's right. That's right, man. And that's one of the beauties of being the coach, man. We, like I named the podcast, we do a lot of stuff where we more than coaches. A lot of people don't understand. They see the X's and O's. Then, we get the blame for the loss. They get
Hmm.
the blame for, or they get all the glory when we win. So,
Hmm.
it all comes with the game. What would you tell a young coach that's trying to break off into this high school game? What advice would you give him? You know, because I'm pretty sure you deal with it with younger level coaches, but what advice would you give a young coach coming in this game right now we in?
Um, Coming in, I would say um, surround yourself with a good team. As far as your staff,
Mhm.
team, and that's those that's gonna hold you accountable.
Mm,
That's gonna have the same high expectations that you have, and if something's not going right, to speak up. So um, because iron sharpens iron, so you need that good coaching staff. And then I would say that uh, I don't know. It's for me. It in high school, it has to be more than just the basketball game because we get who we get. We don't get to recruit. We don't get to go out and say I need a shooter this year or I need a big man this year. We
yeah.
get who we get. So to teach them that hey, life is like that. Sometimes you might have goals, expectations, and if they're not met, just know it's bigger than basketball. That you have to go through those ups and downs, and
Mm,
that's using basketball is a great way to have something a real life experience to do that with things that's gonna come up outside in the outside world.
oh yeah, that's real. That's real. So leading to that, the attitudes of these young men on the court. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we can't be the old Bobby Knights no more and John
Right.
Johnsons back in the days, man. Just because I mean, I know all the boys, no matter what school they at, they the same.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like with me, I used to get called the Black Bobby Knight. I just never threw chairs though. Let's get that straight. I was up one way and down the other way on them. How they
Mm-hmm.
with the attitudes, man, and these kids are very talented. We do got some, especially I done seen some of yours, and you got some amazing talent.
Mm-hmm.
Deal with because you got them that you trying to set that way, and then always that parent in the way, and all the outside. How do you deal with that as a coach to keep what you want in place and keep that kid in line to on the Coach Reynolds way?
Right. Um, yeah, I used to be the same way, man. I used to be high energy and
Mhm.
yell them up and down, but you just get to the point where you see it's not working. So,
Yeah.
we have to mature and learn just like our players and students of the game. I just learned that that's not the right approach. And just again, that open dialogue, let the students know, let the players know what their role is, what the expectation is, and let them give them praise when they're meeting the expectation or exceeding it, and give them redirection when they're not. And then if push come to shove, you have to have that accountability. If the role needs to change, the role needs to change.
Mm,
So that's been my approach, versus the old school yelling and just getting them to do what I want them to do because I said do it. Now it's an approach to, hey, this person has this ability. How can I get them to want to bring it out instead of me trying to force it out of them? Because I've learned I can't. I
yeah.
can't do it. I can't force it out of them.
Nah, that's a battle that we can't even try to win no more.
Hmm.
I get people, some of my former players, you getting soft on them, coach. I'm not soft, man. It's a new way,
Yeah, you're learning. You're growing.
so that's one of the big things. That's true there, man. Wow. So you would know I got a interview coming up with officials, a couple of
Okay.
which
Okay. Okay.
kind of gonna be different. I want to hit a little bit at every aspect.
Hmm.
What is up like? 'Cause I talked to a couple coaches today as well as some ADs, just getting some reference and stuff like if you had a chance to sit down with an official and just ask him something, what would you ask him?
Oh man, that's a good one.
Hmm.
Why you never give me calls?
No, that's for real.
That's every. I feel like that every game. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah.
I do, but I'm just joking. Oh, that's a good question. What would I if I was sitting down with an official?
Mhm.
Um, man, where I'm at now, my question would be, how do you keep your composure and stay locked in? Because I know, like me as a coach, people say, they'll come up to me and say, ask me if I heard something in the crowd or something. I'm like, no, that was, nope.
Mhm.
And it could have happened right behind me. And I'm like, no, I must have been, locked into the game.
Exactly.
So I know how it feels for me, but for them, they getting it from me, who's right there on the sideline with them, the crowd,
Mhm.
and the players, and they have to keep a physical, visual on the whole game and different aspects of the game, and it's going up and down. So I would be curious about that. How do they stay focused and locked in? Do they have a routine? Is it some type of training? That would interest me.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, uh, taking up officiating this summer right now
Hmm.
is different, and I can learn to respect what they go through a little bit now.
Oh yeah,
You know, I had a guy this past weekend. He was going there, and I just
yeah.
out laughing, and he was like, "What's so funny?" And I was like, "Man, I'm a high school coach," and I said, "Now I see how those officials feel when we getting on them."
Hmm.
Like, "But you gotta make the right call." I said, "Imma make the right call if I see the right call." And he was like, okay." So, just thinking about that, and then the official reached out to me wanting to be on the show, and I told him, "Yeah, I love to do that because it's
Yeah.
things I wanna ask him." But then, like I was telling my AD, I'm kinda nervous because I don't want them to target me if I be honest with him, you know?
Right.
But I do gotta ask him because it feel like sometimes you go to certain gyms, it's gonna be one way. You go
Hmm.
gym is another way, like, even in my case, if I go and play a Flint or Detroit school or Lansing, it's basketball, but I can go to X, Y, and Z school, and boy, we can't press and get near a person.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
I just be wondering, why do they pick and choose that way too? And I like you said, being locked in, I know is a big problem because some of them do lose focus. Because I done had some of them say, "Hey, can you talk to that lady across there?" I'm like, "Man, I don't."
Mhm.
You
Right.
So, that is something good though, but I just wanna know because when I'm asking coaches, because when I put together this little panel for the officials, I gotta ask them how we feel and tell them how we feel,
Mhm.
coaches, and I just wanted to get your input on that, man, and
Oh
that's
yeah. Oh yeah. The officials, I have a whole new respect for them as well. Again, doing some reflection and
mhm.
looking at how I interact with them. Yeah. That's a tough gig. It's a
Yeah,
tough gig.
yeah, yeah, I learned you have to have tough skin. For
Hmm.
we kinda already have it because we coaches, but to be official, I think you gotta even be a little bit more tougher,
Yeah, I agree with that.
especially with the violence against officials today. That's
Oh yeah.
I just witnessed that on YouTube the other day from out in Fort Wayne, Indiana, man. I mean, it don't make sense, for
Yeah.
to come down and attack a referee or either players attacking officials. That's kind of crazy. I
Yeah.
just knock on wood, my kids and myself, we ain't never went that route, and I won't do no crazy crap like that. Yeah.
No doubt. No doubt.
So what's your plans for the Heritage Hawks this summer?
We got a busy June, man. We're going to a number of team camps. Yeah, we're traveling all over. We're going to Indiana. Not Indiana, I'm sorry, Toledo.
Okay.
We're going, we'll be in Grand Rapids. We're
Hmm.
gonna be playing in the league out in Flint.
Yeah.
Um, we're gonna go to a camp in Ohio, uh, play in a camp down in Detroit. So yeah, we're gonna have a busy summer.
That's cool, man. That's what it's
Yeah,
about, getting these kids ready, man. You
yeah, and that's what I try to tell. the guys is hey, you want to be a championship team. It doesn't start in November.
Mm-mm.
You got to be you got to you just ready to solidify it in November to show everybody what you've been working on. Like
That's
you got
right.
to build up to it.
That's
So
right.
now is the time to start getting into that championship mode mentally and physically.
That's right. Take that Izzo approach, man.
Hmm.
Beat up early so they ready later. That's how
Hmm.
I look at it too, man. That's cool. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure we'll see y'all down in the Flint League. And I don't know, is the Grand Rapids the B Cam you going
Yeah.
to?
Yes.
Yep,
Yep.
we'll be down there. We coming down on that one day. I'm not.
Okay. Yeah. That's a good one, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do the Father's Day. That's my day. So
Yeah, I got you.
yeah, but that's cool. So I'm pretty sure we'll cross paths on that, man. So I like to do a little segment, man, in the podcast, or dabble on sports topics right now. And
Okay.
man, I don't know how you feeling about the NBA, but I know you watched the game last night, man. What's your thoughts on that?
Actually, I didn't watch the game, man. I was busy.
Game.
Yep, I was in the gym and had some running around to do, so I didn't catch it. But I got a good friend of mine was giving me updates, and from what I heard from it, LeBron was carrying the Lakers the first half, but
Man,
they gotta realize that young man been in the league for a minute.
hmm
That's hard to maintain. Man, I I don't know. It's up and down with me in the league, man. It's a lot of one on one that that I see a lot of our youth trying to mimic and not and I think that's kind of a hurdle we got as coaches overcome to kind of teach them some aspects of the game, team concept. But to watch like just the talent level, man, these big back when we watched, the Celtics and the Lakers, they was down, big men were down on the paint, shooting hook shots and all that stuff. Now they bringing the ball up, passing, shooting threes. It's fantastic to watch, man.
yeah. I tell you what, man, I really never watched the Joker play into this series. I'll admit that, and I mean I'm amazed at what this guy can do, and you know it was awesome to watch. Even though I'm a Laker fan, been there
Yes,
with the
oh man.
Magic days, but hated to see that happen to him, man. But I mean, they did get beat by the better team, man. And I'm not even gonna watch tonight because I think Miami gonna probably close the deal over there too.
Yeah, Miami out. Miami, they serious right
Yeah,
now.
that, what they call it? They said Eric Spoelstra has a whole different thing with his program, and you can see it on them guys. You
Yeah,
know, I
yeah.
mean, so I love the way they play team ball from the start to the finish, man. And
Hmm.
then to have a leader like Jimmy Butler who got
Oh
that
man.
Mamba mentality, you can't ask for no more than that, man. So
Hmm.
I think when them and Denver get together for that championship, that's gonna be something to sit back and watch and enjoy.
Yes, that is that. Yeah, I think this finals is gonna be historic finals, man. It's
Hmm.
gonna be something to watch.
Yeah. So that's cool, man. And another thing, I like putting my guests on spot and I ask a question. Top five in your city when it come to
Oh
ball.
man.
I know
Oh man.
I
No man. Ooh.
look, I had T Rowe backpedaling the whole time.
Ooh. Right. I don't want to disrespect nobody.
And I always but you can't get mad at another person how they feel because in some people wasn't around when others
Right. Right. And that's the thing too. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
stay in your era
So
like
so
that.
yeah. So yeah. So the people that I know and that I've seen, that I've experienced, man, top five out of oof. Oof. Ooh. I gotta say Preston Murphy.
Mm, that's a good one.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
Um, DeAndre Hewlett.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Um, oh man. Ooh. Gotta give my boy Mo Mack some love. He was something special.
Yep. Bridgeport Bear.
Um,
BV Knight.
Um, man, ooh wee. Um, got it. T Road,
Mm-hmm.
T Road. I got one more, and I gotta go with Sid Morrell.
Oh, yeah.
I
And
mean, I can't lose with that, but it's just so many though. Like
yeah.
I go back and forth with the youth about that now. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
let's name, X amount of players that did this, and that. And when I tell them, I'm like, man, literally coming up, you can go anywhere and you saw some ridiculous talent in
For real.
Saginaw.
Yeah. Our city had it. Our city had, and I try to preach that as well. With learn the history of our city basketball, fellas.
Hmm.
That's all you can do is smile. One thing I used to do with my son when he was young, I used to take him to the BB centers and the men leagues, and then I'm sitting there pointing them out like they superstar. Hey, that's so and so. That's so and so. He like, well, where he come from? I'll tell him, and he got the
Hmm.
musical, and that's how you teach these you because a lot of them don't know. I ask
Right,
all the time, y'all know who Mark Macon is? And they be like, huh? And I'm like, okay.
right,
So, then I had to
yeah.
break it down and show him. Hopefully, I can get him as a guest. I reached out. Hopefully, I can get him as a guest on the
Oh
show.
yeah, he'll be a good one. He'll be a good one for
It'd
sure.
be nice to have him and possibly reach out and get Chris Coles on here, that big game winning shot in high school.
Hmm. Hmm.
One of the things I'm trying to do, man, is as well enlighten people about the coaches in our city, as well as other surrounding cities, but I want to bring back some of that tradition, man, so these kids can know. Because, it was more than just LeBron James and Steph
Right,
Curry. You know,
right.
yeah, I got a kid who argued with me, my point guard, and he told me Magic was one of the worst guards ever. And we all,
Oh man, I'm
you
mad at him already.
see, oh, when we see y'all in the summer at one of the camps, I'm gonna point them out to you. Yeah, tell 'em, it's the dude that hate on Magic all the time.
Right, right. But no, like they don't understand. Like, man, that's what inspired me to work hard. And,
Mhm,
I'm watching all these guys. It was just, yeah, we had some serious talent. Like,
real.
yep,
Yeah,
I was just thinking about that. Like, I remember when we used to have the Gus Macker, the dunk contest. Like, oh man, it was just
yeah.
loaded.
Saginaw was loaded with it, and and I think our younger kids are coming up, and there's gonna be another wave like that.
Hmm.
We got some still here and there right now,
Hmm.
but the younger group that's in middle school now and elementary, because
I
man,
agree.
I
I
s-
agree.
I see a whole lot of talent out there. You
Hmm.
I was just talking with Coach Puncho when I was leaving the gym. He wants to start a podcast dealing with the younger athletes and give
Mm.
a voice and talking. I told him, man, that's something positive. So,
Heck yeah.
that'll be good for them to. Plus, it'll help them get media trained. You know,
Yep.
so when they get older and be able to talk and things. So that's cool, man.
Hmm.
So I'm almost at that time, man. My 30-minute mark. Time go fast when you have a good conversation.
Yes, sir.
But I want to ask you if it's something that you can leave for any of the youth, whether they male, female, as athletes. What's some positive advice you would give them, Coach?
Um, Man, I was just that's a good one. Because I was just talking to someone about this, specifically about something that I tell my kids, and um, get good at something,
Mm,
because I think we all blessed with a talent, whatever that talent is.
mhm,
Get good at something, utilize your talent, and it's gonna make room for you.
mm,
So if it's whether you're an athlete, and even if you, like I tell the basketball players, even if you're pursuing basketball right now and you know it's not your end goal, still get good at it and see how much room it make for you.
mm,
And it may make room for you in the basketball world. If not, then you equipped with something that's going to take you in life to pursue, what you really want to pursue,
that's
your
true.
heart's desire. So yeah, just get good at something, get really good at it, and then just watch it grow.
That's true, man. That's some positive words right there, and I hope they take heed to that. Coach. Once again, man, I I don't want to take too much of your time, but I want to say, man, it's an honor to have you on the show tonight, man. Um,
And
and I know we're gonna link up, man, and do some more things around here. Maybe we all can get together. Something I know my AD trying. He wants to do an all camp, citywide camp with all the coaches, man.
I like that idea, man,
So,
because we need to, like you said, we had talent all over this city. You can go to any school and watch some basketball. You're going to see some great talent,
hmm
and we can get back to that. Yeah, if it takes all of us getting on one accord,
yep,
then let's do it.
yeah,
Let's do it.
for sure.
Let's equip them, and wherever they end up,
That's
it's
right.
going to be good for everybody.
Yep, because that's what it's about, man. If we all can help one get away and go somewhere, man, hey, we all winning. And
Yes,
that's the
sir.
main thing. It's about these kids at the end of the day. You know.
Yep.
Well, Coach, man, it's been an honor, man. I salute you. I thank you
Yeah.
again. And I appreciate you taking time out tonight to come be a part of the More Than the Coach podcast. And if there's anything you need from me, man, or anything you need me to do, just don't hesitate, man, and I got you.
I appreciate it, man, and thank you for having me on your platform, man. It's been an honor, it's a pleasure, man. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. All right, Coach. Well, you have a good
All
one,
right.
man. All right, you take it easy now.
Yep. See you later.
Yep, peace.
Yep.
All right, y'all. That's tonight's guest, y'all. Mr. Steve Reynolds, the head coach, once again, of Heritage High School boys basketball. I appreciate him coming on, spending some time with me tonight, and just chopping it up, man, about basketball. Excuse me, about life and other things, man. So, once again, I thank y'all for being a part of the show tonight. I thank y'all for tuning in.
This your boy Coach Marshall.
And until the
From
next
the More
time,
Than the Coach podcast.
this your boy, Coach Marshall.
I hope y'all
Peace.
enjoy.